excited.
I could have done the other bits, you know. You could.
I know I couldn't. I know. Well, we wanted to change it up a bit. So I every time, because obviously I wasn't gonna rap, because the world isn't ready for that. You live in Vegas now, which I love doing the shows there. I thought I wouldn't, and I thought it was so dry there and whatever. I was like, how do people live here? But it's actually quite nice, especially when you go outside the city, because it's really just the Strip that's that kind of chaos.
Yeah, the Strip. I mean, look, the nickname is Sin City, but I live in a wonderful community. You know, it's a beautiful church there. It's very much a community. Great schools, really nice people. The Strip is close enough, but for us, I mean, obviously, I don't gamble, so I've been to many shows. But between the restaurants and entertainment, there's so much other stuff to do outside of it. And I think Vegas has always gotten a bad rap. So I've been encouraging as many people as possible to come there to visit and actually see what real Las Vegas looks like.
Yeah, kind of on the outskirts, it's kind of like, not small town, but kind of. Like, it just feels more family-oriented.
It only took me a couple of weeks to meet everybody, but other than that, I mean, it's vastly growing. There's lots of opportunity and lots of things outside of gaming and tourism.
Did you move there, you think, because of family, too, just to get them out of the city?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to make up the excuse that I need to be in LA for work, but, you know, my wife was like, well, you've only made 4 movies in our entire relationship that actually were shot in LA. And so, you know, for us, it makes sense to really allow the kids to pursue their own interests. My youngest daughter's at equestrian, my other son is into martial arts. There's lots of things for them to do, and for me, honestly, I could be anywhere, and now I'm actually working really hard to build a studio there in Vegas.
Which I think is so clever. I was gonna bring that up. I think it's so smart to do that. I like that it's branching out, too, and it's not just in one place.
Yes.
Because I think it also, like, kind of brings in, like, with all these streaming services, too, it brings in, like, more talent, more capability of doing more projects. It's very cool for us as viewers.
Yeah, and there's endless talent there. And also being able to bring something to the equation, put a lot of money into the economy with the films that we've shot there. It'll create 10,000 jobs instantly, and the average salary is $65,000. And in Vegas, it'll be $165,000 on the studio.
So wait, did you go to the Super Bowl? I was there. So
I was there for like almost till the first half, and then I was home within 15 minutes because there's no traffic in Vegas either. Drove home, watched Usher, watched the second half with my wife, who has now become a Chiefs fan. She turned on our Patriots.
Oh, I was like, you're a Patriots fan, right?
Yeah,
we all have our faults.
She still loves the Patriots, but she definitely likes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, which I completely understand. I just don't like them because they're really creeping up on the Patriots pretty quickly when it comes to being the best.
Yeah, they're doing pretty great, but I'm not going to root for them. So I'm just kidding. No, they're a very talented team. But you did a Super Bowl ad, and it was for Lent, right? So what do you give up?
For the Hallow app. Yeah. Well, normally, you know, I've done all the giving up alcohol, giving up things, but I'm really just honestly trying to be better, trying to be more active in the community, trying to be more active in encouraging people to go back to their faith, you know, to encourage people to pray, to connect. Look, the great thing about this past Ash Wednesday and Lent and Valentine's Day, they fell on the same day. And there's a lot of divide in our country right now and in the world, and the only thing that's going to bring people together is love.
Absolutely.
So it's been great since I got involved with Hallow. I made the movie Father Stu, and you know, I've been so fortunate and so blessed, and so I knew that I wasn't kind of taken from the difficult circumstances that I started in to where I am today to forget about all the other people who are at a disadvantage. So trying to help people and encourage people to find their path. And, you know, I was young, I was getting in a lot of trouble. And so once I found my faith, good things started happening for me. And so that is the thing that I really accredit all my success, both personally and professionally to. So I want to share that with people, the routine of, you know, getting up and praying and reading and doing all those things. Having deeper meaning,
believing in something bigger than yourself and that you're part of something. Yeah.
And with all the difficulty that we face, all the struggle, all the suffering that especially if you live a long life, you are bound to deal with endless amounts of loss and suffering and tragedy. And the only way to deal with that, I think, is to have faith and hope that, for me, you know, there's something better than this, and that gives me great comfort.
But Donnie was just here, and we've actually run into each other, I feel like several times. I love your brother. But were you guys more into music or acting whenever you were young?
No, acting was never a thing or even a remote possibility. I mean, we had seen success firsthand in sports and in music right in our backyard with New Edition, with Mickey Ward as a boxer. So, but acting was something that I always loved because my dad was a big film buff. So me being the youngest, he would always take me to go to the movies with him. But we didn't think it was possible. Nobody had ever left our neighborhood and became a successful actor in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So, but we were always into music. We were performing in talent shows and things of that nature, breakdancing and rapping. And then Maurice Starr, who produced New Edition, then it was actually my brother and I working with him first in the recording studio.
Yeah.
And then recording some rap songs, and then all of a sudden they were like, hey, you want to go to vocal lessons? I was like, I ain't doing that. And I couldn't do it, and I thought, you know, I would go off and do my thing, and thankfully Donnie was kind enough after their success to come back and produce my record.
Yeah. It's so cool that I didn't grow up with anyone musical in my family. That would have been cool to like...
You were just blessed with that gift.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, yeah. And it's important to find something, I think, when you're a kid and you have kids, I have kids, like it's important to find something I think that they feel successful at or confident in, because it brings out like the best version of them and kind of molds their personality. Music saved me in that sense. That was a look at his new movie, Arthur the King. It's in theaters now. So I don't want to give any spoilers away. I mean, I will say this, it's a true story, which I didn't realize until the very end. And I was like, blah. I was like, it's so good. But explain the movie. I don't want to do it, I'll spoil it, something.
In a nutshell, okay, so the guy that I play in the movie is one of the best extreme athletes, adventure racers. He is desperate to win the world championships. He kind of manipulates lots of people, including his wife and his own finances, to be able to assemble a team, get sponsors, and go on this race. He's determined to win. He's a pretty selfish guy, and he does one of the most selfless things. This dog comes up, and you know, a dog is in terrible shape, and you know, open wounds, and he basically just throws a meatball at the dog to try to shoo it away. And next thing you know, I don't think anybody's ever done anything nice for this dog. The dog followed him hundreds of miles and saved his life on one occasion from them walking off a cliff.
Like, it's a true story.
Yeah, and then when he literally gets to the kayak part of the race, it's a 500-mile race over 5 days across torrential terrain. They say you can't take the dog onto the kayak. It's now been, you know, documented by news crews and stuff that this dog has followed them. And so he says, no, the dog just keeps following us, and he's willing to leave the dog behind, but when the dog jumps in the water and is going to try to swim 30 miles and follow them while they're kayaking, he knows the dog won't make it. Yeah. And so he decides to throw the race to save the dog. And then the real race begins with him trying to get the dog out of the country, get him home to get him the proper care with a vet. And, you know, he and the dog had, you know, this amazing bond.
Oh, my God. I love dogs so
I've got four.
much.
I've got four.
I have two. I also have 2 kids, and I'm a single parent, so it's kind of like having 4. And so it's like, oh my God, look at them.
Yeah, that's the squad there.
It's the best squad ever. I love dogs so much. You posted this. This is one of your dogs. I think this is Champ.
I'm a daddy. I'm a daddy.
Whoa!
Evil.
He has this little cone.
That's me with chocolate.
Yeah, he's protecting his cone. So the dogs, they look very sweet. I was always like, you know, I used to have Mastiffs and all these things and big intimidating dogs. And I was like, no, let's get nice little sweet dogs. These dogs are more vicious than any of the other dogs I know. He looks like a teddy bear.
Yeah, and then, that's my little one. Charlie's insane.
Yeah, and that's me reaching to pet him. But
don't get near my stuff, man. Yeah. I was telling you this in the break. I had no idea what adventure racing was. I didn't even know adventure racing was a thing.
Yeah.
It is, and I know that you're constantly in shape. Only because it's documented. Like online people follow you because of that, I think, as well. But
it's gotten a little out of hand. I just do whatever.
It's cool that you inspire people, I think, to be healthy, which is awesome.
I definitely want to do that, but I just kind of do. For me, I definitely want to stay healthy. I'm getting old. I want to live a long time. And
that doesn't look old, brother man. Yeah.
To be able to eat right and exercise is the only way you're going to have longevity. But I lose weight, I put on weight, whatever I have to do for a film. But for this one, it's the most difficult movie that I've done physically.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
you're such an in-shape guy, but this is like a different level. That zip line scene, I was like, because you're on a zip line, that's not green screen.
No,
like you showed up.
We did some stuff on a crane and green screen, like close-ups, but no, the first day was like get on the zip line and like have a bike hanging from underneath me, and then, I don't want to give too much away, but somebody gets stuck and then I have to climb over or disconnect from the cable.
Safety.
And then she goes and hangs from my bike, and so I'm pulling my bike, her bike, and it was insane. It was insane. The dialogue when I'm saying, oh my God, my wife would kill me if she knew I was up here, that was me going up the first time, really saying that.
That was like your real life.
I fell out of character there for a little while.
Oh my gosh.
She would not have been happy.
Well, I imagine because you're supposed to look all tough, like you're an adventure racer man, but you're really an actor going, what?
Yeah, this is probably the most extreme that I've done, and with Lone Survivor and Perfect Storm and all the movies that I've done.
Oh, I love all those.
With the physical demands, this was by far the most demanding. And on the first day, I tore my meniscus, but as a producer, I was like, we're either gonna shut down the movie or I'm gonna power through.
You powered through? I did that in my left knee, and I couldn't even. I feel such a weakling now. I was like, I have to sit on stage.
I had a little physiotherapist with me, and I just did corrective exercise. I still haven't had the surgery because I don't want to get it.
If you don't have to have surgery, I'd say don't. I didn't end up doing it either. I think that's why I was.
It was recommended,
it takes longer.
But they were trying to scare me. I guess people have. The problem is if you bend your knee too much, you get too much flexion. It can lock in place, and you're stuck here, and then it's emergency surgery. So.
It is so awesome to see you. I'm such a fan. I love anytime you're in a movie, I watch it. I think you pick such great projects. I think you get behind such great projects. And I love this one. I know it took a while to finally get out because of COVID and all the situations and hurdles. But man, it's so good. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel inspired. It makes you feel in many different ways, like with love and your family and all that kind of stuff and respecting the ones around you. But also, it makes you feel inspired to like be the best version of you because these people are incredible.
Well, this movie really is timeless. It's a true story, so people will find inspiration.
It's unbelievable that it's a true story. Like whenever I saw that, I was like, is that for real?
When I saw the documentary, I was like, okay, I got to make this movie.
Yeah.
You know, I had never heard anything about adventure racing, and I've seen people that are extreme athletes. I mean, trained with Navy SEALs and done lots of things that these brave men and women, because it's a 3-man, 1-woman team. These men and women are pretty.
I know the rock climbing. I was like, oh my God, carrying my big ass up there. No. All right, everybody, Mark Wahlberg, give it up. Arthur the King is in theaters right now. You got to check it out. We'll be right back.